You are tuned in to Controversy Sales Live, the weekly television show broadcasting worldwide with co-host Mars Speaks, Fat, Tellum, and only one key. We are the controversial cast that have controversial discussions that often lead to controversy and varying views and perspectives, among other things. We encourage our viewers to interact live during the show via our text line at 844-380-9610 or through the comments on the show. Tune in as we select a viewer each week to receive a cash prize just for joining the discussion. Sit back and enjoy the show, brought to you by Bully Brand Clothing, the brand that is bullying life's challenges by overcoming them. Shop today at bullybrand.com, that's BULLIEBRANDE.com, and use the discount code TUNEDIN at checkout on show night to enjoy exclusive deep discounts. Enjoy tonight's show. Yo. What's going on? It's Mars Speaks, Controversy Sales. We are back for another installment. We got the crew here. Everybody say what's up.
What's up?
What the business is.
Yes, indeed. So tonight's show is, we got a treat for y'all. So it's titled Christians That Lack Christianity. We're going to elaborate on that. It's not what you think. So we're going to go in. But first, I actually want to do something. I want to give a shout out to my little cousin. She's actually an artist, and she's blessing us with a hit here. So let me see if we can get her on here. Let's see, like going a little slow there. But I'm going to go ahead and play her song. It's called Bumpy by Lil J. So check it out.
All right.
And enjoy it. And
love it.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and bless y'all one time.
Even though we sound right, even though this fire was fly, it's no longer time. Oh, all this shit's been slumping, bumping when we ride, vibes, highs, been a long time coming. I'm loving the way things you say. That's how I know you love me. One smooth ride, we would be fine. Yeah. Instead, we collide and we never arrive. We do not deserve this bumpy ride. How much love do we try? How much longer do we cry? I think it's best we check the time. Just to know I know you love me, loving me wholly, loving me slowly, loving me once upon a time, loving me only, loving me strongly, loving me you're no longer mine. I changed my mind so many damn times, looking right. We do not deserve a puppy right. Even though we sound right, I'm a mother to be right, I'm a son to be right. Even though this fight was right, it's no longer time. Just know I know you, tugging and pulling and tugging. All while I will, we fucking and fussing. Having discussions, but nothing's really up for discussion. A couple eyes, let's hit this time. Bumpy.
Try.
Iron it out.
Yeah, it is. Yes, indeed.
Even though this fight.
Iron it out. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah, so again, that was Bumpy by Lil J. So yeah, definitely, man, y'all give it up. Check her out, YouTube. SoundCloud. Once she gives her, we'll post her SoundCloud information a little later. But yeah, so we are, so we back. So just to kind of give you an idea on what the show will be about tonight, where it's not necessarily, we want to just kind of put this disclaimer out and clarify the, kind of where we're going to be with the show. It's not a show about the Bible. It's more so about Christianity, and Christian behavior. So we definitely want our viewers to chime in and let's make this an interactive conversation because we need some dialogue with this one. So don't take it personal. Don't get in your feelings. But we're gonna talk about the differences in being religious, spiritual. I mean, it is deep. It's deep, but we're gonna have a conversation. So how we always do, man. Y'all go ahead, Fat and Keith. Y'all introduce yourselves. Say what you want to say.
It's your boy Fat Tellum. I'm in this thing. Deep conversation tonight. We probably gonna touch on some feelings. Hey, Keith. But it is what it is. Every show, we probably step on somebody's toes, but if we step on your toes, then they probably shouldn't have been in the way. That's just it. Shout out to my boy Nate. He talked about us last week, or talked about me last week, because we wasn't on this thing. But Nate, I'm with you tonight, bro. It's going down. So talk.
What's up? It's your girl, only one key. I'm ready for tonight. I'm ready to pop this thing out because y'all know how them Christians are. Kicking the doors down, getting up in the church, but they're doing the same thing I'm doing, but talking about me. So I'm ready. Let's chime in. Let's talk about it. Hey, let's go.
All right, let's do it. And remember, guys, your comments are welcome. They're appreciated and encouraged. So any comments that you may have, man, hey, just go ahead and drop them in the comment box, and we'll be answering some questions. So, man, let's dive right in. Christians that lack Christianity. All right, so Keith, because of your spiritual walk, I want you to pop it off. I want you to start it off.
I mean, okay, well, I used to be a Christian. I'm talking about die hard. Like them kids, they weren't missing on Sunday. Die hard. I grew up there. 16th and Wood, Pilgrim Valley. That was my church. That's my church home. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Green. But I don't go to church anymore. But that's my family church. So, but I just, as a kid, I always seen things differently. It's like when I asked a question about, just anything at the Bible, I could never get an answer. It always was what's in the Bible. You live by it. That's what it is. Ain't no question. You can't question God. That's how I was raised. But as I got older and just start, going to church more and just seeing the people be one way at church and then another way outside of church. And I know everybody is there, supposed to be there to try to change, get closer to God, as they say. But it's like it's really cliquish at churches. Like if you're not in the in crowd, you know what I'm saying? They treat you like you still a visitor. They got their picks and chooses, on certain little boards and things of that nature. And I'm like, that could definitely can't be Christ-like. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. But just one day, like when I was out on leave at work, and I came across a video. And still to this day, I'm still trying to figure out where did I see the video at? I can't remember which social media site I was on, but my master is Marlon. That's who I follow. Marlon Marvelous Fleming. That's who I follow. That's my master. And I also Lavelle Zimmerman. That's who I pretty much study under. And we're here to love. We're not here to judge. We're not saying everything. Well, I'm not saying everything in the Bible is fake. It's just when I got questions, I need answers. So, but it's Bible thumpers out here, try to look down on people like us, but we love all. If you're a Christian, you're a Christian. Just don't try to throw your beliefs off on me. It was a little difficult for my family to understand, but they got to understand, and they love me regardless. You know what I'm saying? This me. I'm gonna die this way. I don't care about what nobody think. I'm happy. I'm on a journey. I do yoga. I meditate. I my crystals. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff is peaceful. Once you find your peace, your happiness, it's all good. But as far as the Bible, it what purpose do it serve? You know what I'm saying? That I never could understand it. So, but hey, who am I? I'm just keep trying.
Okay. All right. You got it.
I don't know.
Pat, what you got?
Excuse me. My thing is that and let me adjust this a little bit because we good. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So this is my thing. I was raised a Christian, born and raised a Christian. I still attend church when I can because I work a lot. But my thing is this, and again, we're not here to try to discredit the Bible or anything like that. But my thing is those people in church that come to you about certain things that they see about you, but they're not looking in the mirror. And Mars touched on this a while back with an episode that he did. And Mars, I forget the name of the episode. What's the name of it? Windows and Mirrors?
Mirrors and Windows.
Mirrors and Windows. If you're going to call me out on what I'm doing, please be sure you look in that mirror before you come to me.
Please.
It's an old gospel song that says, "Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine." So if you're gonna come to me with something I'm doing, make sure your house clean. That's all I'm saying. Don't come to me with that holier than thou, and I can still pick you apart. That's Christians being unchristian like, because if you want to dig into it, the Bible says, judge ye not, lest ye be judged. Don't point no finger, because when you point the finger, you got 3 pointing back at you.
I mean, that's valid. Obviously, we all have walked similarly at different paths. And I remember Pilgrim Valley. Me, Charles, and Christina Cherry actually tried to set that church on fire when we were about 8 years old.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, like Fat Tellum said, we grew up traditional Baptist between St. Joe and Greater Paradise.
Yes.
First Baptist, those that we grew up in the traditional Baptist. So the problem that I have is this, and I talked about this last night, when it comes from the Old Testament to the New Testament to just teachings in general. I mean, why is it that everything has to be just binary? It's either this or that, as opposed to finding that niche in there. So we're taught when we're kids that heaven, you got heaven, that the world is 3-tiered. Like I said last night, the world is 3-tiered. You got heaven, you got hell, and then you got earth right in between, which is the world in the natural. So, and the idea is that, okay, once the second coming and all life in the world is going to be wiped out, the dead will rise, and you're either going to spend eternity being tormented in hell or on this paved road in New Jerusalem and
Of gold and
so
pearly
it's like,
gates.
yeah, so it's like, okay, so the problem I have is I hear people talking about miracles and oh, but God, it was only God, it was this, it was that. And, I hear that. So it's preposterous for me to believe that, because you can't have one without the other. It's two ends of a spectrum. You can't have good without bad. So, and if you believe in one, you have to believe that the other exists. So what I mean by that is you telling me that all these supernatural things can happen on in heaven and in hell and all this, that, and the other, but you don't believe in miracles on earth. Like that's one thing that I have. Now, as far as the Bible, it's a book. It's a book. We can be cryogenically frozen and come back 100 years from now, and our history books, the things that we know that happened without a shadow of a doubt, could be changed.
Right.
Who's actually going to validate that? Who's going to validate? Who's going to substantiate it? And it goes further than that in other countries. Like when it comes down to the Cold War and the Civil War, other countries have a different account of what happened during these wars than what we're being taught in the account that we have. So it's the same thing. So what I take from the Bible, I like the parables. I get messages from it, but I don't digest it as that end all be all. And I'm going somewhere with this, so y'all just stay with me, as the old Southern pastor say. I'm going somewhere with it. So
Bro, dry that thing. We riding with you.
I'm going somewhere. So,
Pinchers, Pastor.
so now it's like this. We have 71% of the U.S. are Christians. So you take approximately 330 million. So 71% of 330 million. So we got hundreds of millions that are Christians. So now we have these biblical principles, but what happened to just plain old human principles? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could be wrong, but it talks about, when you hear, oh, it's a sin to do this, it's a sin to do that. What I've gathered from this is you're just using it if it's something that's maybe not your preference, or something that may not be easy on the eyes, or something that you don't want to accept, then it just becomes a sin. Oh, you need to stop drinking is a sin. Where? Because from my understanding, every parable that I read, especially in the Old Testament, man, they would get like sloppy drunk. That was the thing. That's they eat, drink, and be merry. I don't know nobody drinking apple juice being married.
But this one, they talk about like sex and like it's a bad thing. Sex in the Bible, ain't it? Don't they have sex when they having orgies and all that in the Bible?
Man, listen.
Come on now,
I'm not a Bible thumper, so I can't answer that. But I knew that the Bible says.
Well, look at Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah itself is a perfect example of all the things that were going on: unnatural sex, the orgies. Hell, it even says that the angels of heaven were raping the men on earth, and that's where giants came from.
But why they don't talk about those parts? You see what I'm saying? You don't hear that in the churches. They pick and choose what they want you to know out the Bible.
Here's why. Because everybody that speaks the Bible speaks the part of the Bible that benefits them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's where it comes from.
That's with anything, though. If you think about it,
that's with anything. Now, I'll say this. I know few, and when I say few, I mean very few, that will speak and live what they teach. But that's few and far between.
You know more than I do. But yeah,
few and far between. But so, yeah, if it's and the thing about it is, our culture feels like the Bible is law. So if I come to you and tell you the Bible said, you gotta automatically get right, or else you condemn to hell. So that's why we use it that way.
Well, it's a tool to me. It's a tool that's used to manipulate. So let me tell you. I remember, and I'm not even gonna say his name because I don't want to challenge his. I don't want to discredit or do anything that's gonna muddy his reputation. But there was a pastor when I went to church in somewhere in the Mid-South. It was in Memphis, and I remember asking the pastor a question, and I felt because he didn't have the answer to that question that he tried to make me feel, and I was a teenager. He tried to make me feel like I was wrong for asking the question. And this is simply what I asked him. This is simply what I asked him. And I said, if all the things that are in the Bible are that we do say the Bible says they're so wrong, why are we allowed to continue to do them without any major consequence on earth or otherwise? And he said, "Oh, well, you don't ask a question like that because now you challenging the decision that God made." And I'm like, "Well, how is that challenging that? And I just didn't get it. I didn't get it, but he said that's not a question that I asked. I'm like, wait a minute, why is it not a question that I asked? No question should be off limits. And see, this is what happens because they make everything so taboo in the church. That's why they lose members, or people are only there, and if they're made to feel uncomfortable, they go to another church. Churches and liquor stores are on just about every corner because of the attrition rate. Churches have more turnover than Amazon.
Hey, hold on, slow down, hold on. I'm listening to what you're saying, but you're throwing these words out there. Attrition. Speak, please.
So attrition is defecting. So attrition rates within a job. Attrition is just turnover. Man,
Okay, gotcha.
I already sent you the link. Please log into this one.
Please.
Please log into this one. So yeah, so
like some of the things in the Bible, it is like, God is within. You know what I mean? It's within you. Everybody, it ain't no clouds or heaven up there. You on heaven right here, baby. It's what you make.
Go.
Real nigga in the building.
Right here.
Coming to the stage, better late than never.
Oh,
I'm still at work, man. So look, excuse me, man. You know what I'm saying? I got through on me a little bit late, so
put that down there with right. Definitely got to put that parental advisory up there.
So if y'all was wanting the show tonight, here you go. So tell everybody, tell your friends, to tell your friends to tune in because it's about to get real.
Yeah, so Midnight, where we were with it, where we were just talking about how it's not necessarily questioning or challenging what Scripture says. This is more so holding the proclaimed Christians accountable for unchristian-like behavior, because it's a lot of that goes on, especially in the thing about the United States. Yes, it's a melting pot. It's supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, but this is probably one of the most despicable countries on the earth because of you have so many different religions here. You have so many different. I mean, you look at it from not only from one state, but there are city, state, municipal, county, all these ordinances. Things are just, you have every county that you go to, you got to know the law, or you risk breaking it. So
it's a fact.
And it's the same thing here with all these different religions. I mean, you got Scientology. Like I don't even know. I lost count of what there are. You got Catholicism. You've got it's just there's so many different options. There's so many different options, and because of that, it's like, okay, if I don't want to be held accountable to this religion, then I'm gonna convert, or I'm gonna practice this, or guess what? I'm just not gonna practice anything. But when it benefits me, then I'm gonna, hey, you are, what you're doing is that's ungodly, or you're gonna go to hell. I used to hear that so much when I was little. Oh, you going to hell? You going to hell? You going to hell? Like,
ain't even on hell.
Yeah, but that's like so really what you're gonna practice. What you're gonna practice? You know what I'm saying? If you just religion hopping, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Then like you I mean, that's something, you know what I'm saying? That's on that person, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, whatever it is you follow that shit. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be out here like, oh, nigga, this, and this, and you know what I'm saying? But then you go out here and do, you know what I'm saying? Don't be a hypocrite about it. So, which I know that's what you have in the church, because look, man. Yeah, the same pastor that's gonna tell you to pay your tithes is gonna be the same pastor that's gonna go and eat a pork chop sandwich at the end of the show. I mean, at the end of the show, it's a fucking show. It's not even at the end of the show they're gonna go eat a pork chop sandwich. It's fact. Then they like, okay, well, and I'm with that, right? So
Oh,
you telling people,
bad connection.
huh?
You got bad connection.
Oh shit, my shit froze.
Okay, it's real spotty.
It,
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's perfect on my end.
Comcast.
Huh?
Can
you hear me?
Comcast. Yeah, I can hear you.
No. Okay, look at my phone. I need to get on my phone and transition to my phone. Maybe I get off the Wi-Fi or whatever. Because I'm on my work computer too, so maybe that's why it's.
Oh yeah, might be some latency there.
Yeah.
Let me disconnect all these other devices from Wi-Fi. I'm sucking up all the juice and see if this shit works.
Yeah, so and like you say, when it comes down to being a hypocrite, yeah, I get that, but in hypocrisy it goes beyond just religion, even when it comes to people practicing and exercising hypocrisy all the way across the board, even when it comes to business, even when it comes to jobs, certain things. So, but
right,
yeah,
but going back on, am I coming in clear now?
Yeah, you clear. You better than what you were than where you were.
Yeah.
You need to get on something else.
Shut up and listen. No, I'm playing. Let me quit. I don't want no problems, Key. I don't want no problems. Look, who you talking to?
I believe the lack of Christianity is the examples of some leaders that are not holding themselves accountable and watering down the reed. I believe if you're going to preach it, you should live
it. And that's a fact. So look, so what I was saying was like, look, so
hey, Pastor Rock. Okay, go ahead.
Rude. So they'll hit you with the whole point, right? But then so they'll tell you, okay, well, the law is not valid. You know what I'm saying? Christ came and now you don't got to pay attention to the law. You know what I'm saying? The law is no longer valid, right? Bullshit. Even Christ himself said the law is still gonna be valid, right? So, but then it's not valid. But then they're gonna tell you to go pay your tithes. Don't pay them tithes. Well, nigga, tithes is an Old Testament law. So if the law is no longer valid, why am I giving your greasy ass some money? You know what I'm saying? For what? You can give alms. You know, something wrong with giving alms, but telling somebody they got to pay tithes 10% is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You can give a donation or whatever. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the law is on the way, then say pay your tithes. You got to pay your tithes. Nigga, you contradicting yourself. And then if you're saying on top of that, if you're saying the law is done away with, you're literally saying there is no more sin, because the very definition of sin is breaking the law. And like I said, like the Bible say, prove all things.
and the laws are,
you know what I'm saying? So first John 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord, he brought this back.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so I got a question.
Told y'all.
So hold on.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
I'm not done. John 3 and 4. Whosoever committed sin transgressed also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. That's coming out the Bible. So all you dumbass pastors out here running around talking about the law is done. You can't tell people they sinning. Then there's no sin. There's no law, dummy. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I know you live by the Bible. We know that. So my question is, so in the Bible, it is the Old Testament and the New Testament. So what you saying? Now you don't follow the whole Bible. You only follow half of the Bible. Like, give me
no,
New
that's
Testament is
no. Oh no. It's concrete. That's not what it means. So if you look like the Septuagint and all like the old books, right? There's no Old and New Testament. That's the new shit that people kind of put together to try to like, so just kind of let you know, okay, this was like dealing with the law and the prophets and all that or whatever, and this is dealing with Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason there's the New Testament. It's not, and so Christians don't know the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They just be like, well, for what? We got the New Testament, we got Christ, we don't need to know all that. But that's dumb as hell, for one, because you have like, what did Christ teach when he was here? That was the New Testament. Around talking about himself, you know what I'm saying? Like teaching himself, you know what I'm saying? He teaching the law. So he was telling people to teach the law. So you know what I'm saying? It's ignorance, bro. It's ignorance and it's rhetoric. It's like, so what you have today, if you ever seen Birth of a Nation, right? You know how the pastors were told the slave pastors to go around and preach this or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to kind of keep slaves together. You have a watered down version of Christianity that's been passed down from generation to generation, and nobody's really getting the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and really reading it. And so they go to church every Sunday, they get a feel good speech, they give their money away in hopes that they'll get blessed on the back end. What the pastor telling you, you'll get it on the back end. Give me your money now, and you'll get yours on the back end. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So you go get this feel good speech. You leave there feeling all warm and tingly inside. You know what I'm saying? Just to hold you until next week when you do the same shit all over again. Nobody will be on the Bible to say they follow the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So, well, look, I can talk about shit all day because when last time a Christian celebrated Passover or Feast of Tabernacles or you know what I'm saying, like Day of Atonement, the shit that Christ celebrated. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. That's when it comes down to the paganisms and logic. I mean, because you have like, and I was just talking about this, where everything has to be so binary and just this or that. And the binary logical theory, you know, is this. Okay, if as a Christian, if you stick with the mainstream story and reject Christian theology, then now your Christianity is a myth. Or if you acknowledge the Christian contradiction, so it's like it's the lesser of two evils. You get what I'm saying? So you're either gonna go with what makes sense logically, or you're gonna continue to feed into what you're being told when you go into church on Sundays and Wednesdays and so on and so forth. Which, you know, again, it's a lot of things that are just shaky in that. So we had a comment. It said, "What do you think about religion versus spirituality?" Key.
I think that key. Only one key.
One the same.
Run with it.
It's pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like Midnight said, it ain't one of the same. Like, but we love all.
That's what the Bible says.
Excuse me?
Go ahead. Go ahead. The Bible says, go ahead. I say, go ahead. We'll see the Bible say, go ahead. No, go ahead.
What the Bible got to do with it? What the Bible got to do with it?
Finish your point, Key. Finish your point. I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to figure out because we don't study the Bible. So
it's cool. I'm saying, I was really to finish. You were saying we'll come back to me. Go ahead.
But see, you got to understand what this spirituality thing is. Everybody is different. You know, it's not like it's a cult. Everybody study the same thing. It's not like that. Some people deal with crystals, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? We just believe in healing, you know, healing our own self and things of that nature. Just being happy, being free, not giving a fuck about what nobody got to think about you, how you live, or no shit like that. We're not hooked up on the religion part of the Bible. If you don't do this, who to tell you if you don't do something that you gonna get a whooping, basically, like you gonna get punished. Like, who gonna come punish me? You know, right, or you on your knees, you steady praying, but you're not going out making no money. You see what I'm saying? You can sit and pray all day, but if you're not getting up off your ass and going to get it, it ain't gonna happen. So what
well, the Bible does say faith without works is dead.
Come on.
Yeah, that's talking about put it in context. Put it in context. If you when you we're talking about is like the works is considered the law. It's doing the law, right? So if you're not doing the law, so you can have all the faith in the world, you can believe in God, believe in Christ, and whatever, right? But if you're not following the law, then it means nothing. That's what it means when it says
it's negate each other. Yeah, and I get that, but both of us saying that here's the point in that perception, mm-hmm. Because guess what? When you hear people talk about that, they don't talk about it, and you just said, let's put it in context. Most people that talk about it are not talking about it, man. About 80% of the blessings that you hear, people are looking for financial prosperity because that's what's being preached in the church. Oh, if you do this, you're gonna be blessed tenfold in abundance. You get this? It's all about financial prosperity. It's less talk about spiritual endowment and being cleansed, unless it's placed in that proximity of financial prosperity. That's what it comes down to, because it's all about a dollar. So when it comes down to it, so yeah, religion and spirituality, they're not really one and the same. They're one and the same to somebody that's on that side of the fence. But when you have somebody who doesn't dive into the Bible, that doesn't live by the Bible, then it's not one and the same to them, because they're looking at it from a different perspective.
I feel you. Again,
go ahead.
Well, I'm saying what the Bible say. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. And what
who
I say
gave y'all that Bible?
So what? Wait a minute. First of all, that's rude. That's rude. Like, I apologize for interrupting you. That's rude.
I'm just saying, come on with it. Let's talk about it.
Rude. Romans 7, when I said like it was one of the same thing when talking about spirituality or whatever. And don't get me wrong, y'all, I'm not a Christian, so don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like I believe in the Bible wholeheartedly, but Christian, no, I'm not. It says, for we know that the law is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about the law being spiritual. It's one of the same things. So like on the law, and y'all look at it yourself, it's Romans 7:14. Take a look, see. You know what I'm saying? But
here's the thing.
It's go ahead.
That Bible, you saying the Bible, man, listen, the Bible is printed with the same ink that they print Playboy magazines on. Magazine. You get what I'm saying?
False.
So what I'm saying is this.
False. No, okay, so look, that sound good, but come on. Reality, no.
But that's your reality. That's your reality.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. First of all, the ink in here and the ink in here is totally different. So stop it. We're talking reality.
It depends on
no. The United States Secret Service has a whole library of different kinds of ink. So if you let that tell you exactly where the ink came from, I can break it down to the stores that sold it. You know what I'm saying? No bullshit. And I know because
to your point, I
work for Homeland Security.
Those same publishing companies that print magazines don't also sell a version of the Bible. You know how many different versions of Bibles that are sold?
Right. I mean, okay. Right. But that has nothing to do with like where the Bible came from. You know what I'm saying? Because it was printed. I can write the Bible. You know what I'm saying? With a pencil. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? The words and like how old it is, where it came from, the history of it. You can't get king. You know what I'm saying? So whether you believe it or not, it's still a very old document. And the problem is, like y'all look at the Bible as a religious book. The Bible was never meant to be a religious book. The Bible is a history book. It is what it is. It's a history book. The Bible is a story about for the Jewish people. The Jews. I'm gonna say Jews. When I say Jewish people, I'm gonna say Jews because the fuckers you got over there in Israel are not. They're not descendants of Israel, but that's a whole nother topic. But the Bible's history book. I'm sorry. Like y'all think everybody like. First of all, the Bible tells you. Let me ask you this: black. They tell you that they were black, and we can get in the Bible. So y'all think I'm just bullshitting, but go ahead, Fable.
So here's my question:
he gets to go ahead, Fable.
If the Bible was not meant to be a religious book, why is it pushed so hard in religion?
Man,
why are we not teaching the history aspect of the book? But we're forcing it so much on religion. That's the question.
Well, you got to talk to your pimping ass pastor. So I can't answer that. You know, I don't teach. Like if I'm teaching somebody the Bible, it's because the Bible has like, for instance, right? It'll have Xerxes in it. Xerxes is in the Bible. One of the 300. That whole story is in the Bible. Well, I'm sorry, not the whole story, but Xerxes. You know what I'm saying? King Xerxes. Constantine. You know what I'm saying? It's in the Bible. So like people don't teach it. Man made religion, but God did not give religion. God gave law, statutes, and commandments to follow. That's what God gave. He said, hey, look, this is the way, you know what I'm saying, live your life, you know what I'm saying, do this, blah, blah, blah. Bam. You know what I'm saying? He had some covenants with a few people, you know what I'm saying? He had quite a covenant with a few people, you know, and he talks about lineage of people. Only time you really talk about other nations in the Bible is when the Israelites were going into slavery. They were pretty much like God used other nations to punish Israel for being disobedient. You know what I'm saying? So you're having it when you have all these different captivities. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have those. But just because wrong doesn't mean the Bible is wrong. It means you were taught wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. You got to talk to your pimping pastor. That's an absolute fact.
Come on, King. Come on, King. Talk about
it. Real quick before you go, right? When I say y'all think the Bible were white people, right? If the Bible's to Lamentations 4:8. You know what I'm saying? The pimping ass pastor, right? So their visage black as a coal, right? Visage meaning your face, like the way you look was black as a coal. You know what I'm saying? It talks about how you being Lamentations 5:8. Our skin was black. Like the Bible, bro. Look, don't get me. Y'all get me started, bro. We talk about this all day. We talk about King David being rugged.
This isn't the topic.
Having a conversation about the Bible per se,
right? I was just
what's happening is, to that point, why, like Fat said, why is religion being, or it's being pushed like this because now that Bible has been exploited
Right.
to use for that purpose.
Mhm.
It was
Say,
a
okay, hey,
comment.
to say, hey, here it is. This is law. So
Pastor
simply
had
saying that
answered that question. You see it,
Come on,
Marlon?
Key.
and that's what that's what I was alluding to when she said that.
Mhm.
The reason that some people use it is because some people
That's a
use it to
fact.
control, and
That's a fact.
and they're exploiting that, and they're exploiting the fact that that's just like right now. If you get into it, just like with the whole thing with this COVID, so now companies, businesses, big corporations, small companies, you know what they're saying? As long as they post, hey, we recommend masks, then they're covered. Hey, people that are fully vaccinated don't have to wear a mask. So you're gonna stop everybody and ask for a vaccination card that somebody could have got from Amazon or wherever. So it's all about you got
Stop 'em.
absolute and
Definitely,
reasonable
I know.
accountability. But look, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna get back. So we're gonna finish talking about this.
Keith, smile. You looking like you want to fight up.
Y'all see where I'm at down here in the hood. S Urban. Y'all know what it is. If you don't, hit me up. I'll get you that information. The thing is, it's a lot of businesses out here like this. Small businesses that we don't know about. My job is to bring you that information. Starting here soon, I'll be doing my own show called Blow Up Your Spot. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on small businesses in and around the city, letting you know what services they provide and products they can give you. So tune in. I'll hit you back and let you know when it's going to start. Get at your boy Fat Tellum at becontroversial.com. You can also hit us up on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll let your boy.
Hey, that's
Little bit of
popping.
nostalgia right there for y'all. Y'all better check that out. Hey, help me help y'all. Shoot me your information. We're going to get it out there for real.
Thanks.
All right, new show
Right.
coming. So Jonte said you need to hit a soft spot.
Bro, pimping you, bro. Look, hey, check it out. Look, so about pastors, right? And granted, like, and what they spew, bro, it really is a whole lot of just rhetoric. But I think what it is like, and it's not. I'm not saying it's their fault because like that's what they were taught. You know what I'm saying? They just passed on what they were taught from generation to generation, right? But it's on them to their own due diligence and to really like, you know what I'm saying, preach the right thing. But then, like, I talk to some pastors, bro, because I like, there's no reason. You have okay. I'm not no dumb nigga, but like I ain't never went to seminary school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never did none of that, right? But if I go ask the pastor something about the Bible, you should answer my question. I'm asking you nothing that's not in the Bible. You should answer my question, right? You shouldn't brush me off, or you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying, make me try to pay or set an appointment to see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, maybe you guys should do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now on top of that, like they bro, a lot of them know. I don't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? They know a lot, but they won't teach it because they'll tell you I lose my congregation if I teach that, or they'll kick me. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll remove me, so I can't teach that. I have to continue to teach this. So I'm like, and I'm not. This is no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So like, ask your pastor, bro. I'm telling you, like, they won't tell you the truth, bro, because it's gonna fuck up their bottom line. They won't be about ignorance because they don't want to mess up their money. What it all boils down to.
But here, okay. So again, we're more so talking about the Christian faith, religion, business, however you want to put it, and those that practice Christianity that lack Christian principles, because it's like, and it's the same thing with the law. Something can be unethical but still legal. So you straddling that fence. So now when it comes down to it, law based on what the Bible says in the commandments versus how you treat somebody, because think about how much, and there's so much judgment in the brick and mortar church. And again, that's why some people either shy away from it or they're congregation hopping. So that's the biggest thing. It's about
Right.
what's being
So
taught.
right. And okay, so even with that, right? So people say like, oh, you're judging. Right. First of all, people like you don't judge, you're not supposed to judge. That's bullshit. The Bible tells you to judge. It tells you to judge righteous judgment. You're supposed to judge your peers to help keep them on the right track. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't condemn them to judge them, but like if I know you're doing something you're supposed to right, and I come to you like, hey, bro, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, cut that out. It's not to make you feel bad or make you run, it's to make you, you know what I'm saying, get you, you know what I'm saying, to get you right. You know what I'm saying? If I love you, then I'm gonna do this for you. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get shit about you, you know what I'm saying, let you go out here and either, you know what I'm saying, fuck up or whatever. But then it's on my hands, you know what I'm saying? Because I know better and I didn't try.
That goes back to perception. Judge not, lest he be judged of the same cloth.
Right.
So here we go.
No. But put it in context. You say it does say that, right? But what it's saying like it's saying this, right? So like say pretty much like being a hypocrite, right? If I'm telling you, man, don't be out here smashing all these chicks, man. Like, what, you don't do that. But then
you
know what I'm saying? But I do it right. So like the same way I'm judging you and condemning you is the same way that when my time comes, I'm going to be judged that same way. It's not telling me don't. It's not telling me don't judge.
But who's teaching context though? That's the whole point, man.
No, the Bible. Just read it. Just read it.
It's all based on perception, bro.
No, it's not
all based on perception.
Oh my God! If you just read it, it's not perception. Like so. Okay, look. If you read Cat in the Hat, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I felt that cat was really a dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I perceived it to be a dog because it was kind of aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Silly shit. But if you really just read the Bible, if you read it, you know what I'm saying, and not have your pimping ass pastor try to hoop and holler, you know what I'm saying, and give some bullshit stories, bro. Like, you don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. Who being a hypocrite? How?
Uh-oh.
I want to know who. How? Explain to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you might ain't talking about me, but I want to know how. Please explain to me.
All right, so why
she definitely talking to you.
Getting that together.
Look, you know me. I'm with old shit.
This is my thing with that. It's like me. Okay, it's like me teaching somebody something that I already know, and the expectation is, man, it's simple. Why you can't get like I'm a basketball coach. So for me, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, okay, why they can't do a layup properly, why they can't properly play a zone defense. Oh, you should know this, and it's because I already learned it and have mastered it. So the idea is that, okay, you should know it. So now what you're saying is, oh, just read it. So you have a different level of interpretation.
No. I'm not saying I know it, so you should know it. No, I'm saying like I know it, and like it's on me to teach it to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, so like, but once I teach it to you, you know what I'm saying, you're an adult. If you choose, you know what I'm saying, to try to like brush out or not follow whatever, you know what I'm saying, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think like that's like you saying like because the doctor know how to do surgery, and I don't even know how to do surgery too because the doctor knows how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so she was generally
she didn't hear what was being said.
Yeah, yes, your connection is very choppy.
Yeah,
okay.
It is.
Yeah. Maybe I should. You know what? I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna get out and come back on my phone, man. Hey, text me the link, bro. I'm gonna get off here because I think I'm using too much Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna still at work for like another 12 minutes. So,
hold on. Let me get that.
Yeah, text me the link.
We're gonna hold it down.
So yeah, we're finna have about another 2-hour show tonight.
Okay, hold on. But this is what I'm saying. Because you're saying judging the statement you made about somebody having sex with him, but so that's yeah. Okay, is my connection still back
in? Yeah, log back in and go to it. We're gonna hit another commercial break. Right.
Text me the link.
I've already texted to you, sir.
No, okay.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bully Brand Clothing Co. Bully Brand is flipping the script and bullying all challenges by meeting them head-on and overcoming objections. Bully Brand, the bold brand. Shop now at www.bullybrand.com. Message Fat Tellum or only one key for your special discount code.
All right, and we are back. So yeah, man, y'all go ahead and shop. Get your Bully Brand gear. We got our, and he just froze all the way. Let me get him off there. So yeah, bullybrand.com. Go get your gear. man, we got some exclusive stuff, man. We got our being successful shirts, man. We got hoodies, we got hats, man. We got the whole nine. Letterman jackets. So yeah, go to bullybrand.com. So all right. Oh,
Boy, it's thick in this thing tonight. You hear me?
yeah. So check it out. All right. So we're talking about, we're talking about. It's not necessarily a Bible-based conversation, but you almost can't help but to veer off into that. So,
Right.
My point is everybody doesn't. It's like in college, everybody's not. You have thousands of people on a college campus, but everybody's not studying the same thing. So
That's right.
you can't go to a science major and talk about banking or finance. You get what I mean? Because you're in two different courses. Now, and that's my whole thing, to say the Bible. Think about how many different versions of the Bible there are. Think about that.
Not only that, fam, you can give two people the same version of the Bible, but they're going to interpret it differently. And that's the thing that we're trying to get across. Just because you read it or hear it or feel it in a certain way doesn't mean that the person beside you is going to receive that same message. That's all we saying.
Yeah. So midnight. So what we were saying is kind of, when it comes down to the Bible, like the simile that I gave is you got thousands of people on a college campus taking different courses. So they're studying different content. So you can't talk to a science major. You can't talk to a science major about finance and expect to get the same response. So it is the same thing. Yeah, I get it. The Bible is supposed to be, but back to what we said, 71% of the U.S. population are Christian. So it's not like that's just the de facto religion, so to speak, or faith. Because if that were the case, you would have 100%, or you would have nomadic culture. So the Bible may be, it may be the de facto or the end all be all for you, but you think about the other people who may not see it that way. And just like you made a point, and some people may not understand it. You say, "Hey, don't get it twisted. I'm not a Christian, but I study the Bible." I see you going to the Bible shaking your head.
And that's part of the reason that non-denominational churches exist. You have non-denominational churches. People will read the same book and receive the same message in a different way.
Yeah, they will. They'll get something totally different. Can be sitting right there in the church on the same pew next to each other, sharing peppermints with each other, and get a different message.
You hear me?
Not sharing peppermints.
You want, but you want
a little butterscotch or strawberry candies.
Oh shit!
Please enlighten us.
One second. I'd like to prove with the Bible. So I'm just pulling up shit.
Enlighten us.
Okay. So for one, the reason you have this because, like I said, the Bible wasn't. First of all, the Bible wasn't meant for everybody. It just wasn't. That's according to the Bible, not according to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not your pimping ass pastors. What the Bible say. So you know what I'm saying. You turn with me, you know what I'm saying, to the book of Psalms. You know what I'm saying? We are chapter 147 and 19. You know what I'm saying? So it says, he's saying like he showeth his word unto Jacob, right? He's showing his word to Jacob, which Jacob, the name was changed to Israel, right? So he's saying he's showing his word to Israel, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel, whatever, right? So you have you got the Israelites, pretty much the Bible was made for them. He said he had not dealt so with any nation, which means he ain't dealing with no other nation of people. This is who he gave his Bible to, right? As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So that's what I'm saying. So pretty much what they're saying is he gave his word to Israel. You know what I'm saying? And for Israel to understand. So that's why you have dumbass translations. That's why you have people misunderstand the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, when you say people say, "Oh, God loves everyone. God loves." Where is in the Bible? Where is that in the Bible? Show me $1,000 to the motherfucker who show me where God loves everybody in the Bible.
So here we go.
Don't go to John 3:16. Come and tear your ass up.
This is a perfect example of what I was saying. How people interpret things differently. That verse you just read, for somebody that is new to it or does not understand it, what that says to them is, "Oh, God just ain't made it there yet."
He ain't made it there. What do you mean?
You said he has not dealt thus with any nation, and as far as his
Judgments.
What I'm reading is judgments. They have not known them.
Right.
So maybe he just ain't made it that far yet.
But first of all, that don't even make sense because first of all, Psalms
Why do it not?
because Psalms is over like 2,000 years old, bro. Like this is like way before Christ. So like he ain't made it where? You saying he ain't made it there? Where's there? He ain't made it there yet. Where's
any other people that he has not touched?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Look.
Help me understand.
Stop it.
Because I'm the dummy.
So,
I'm not a Bible thumper.
Right,
I don't know.
I understand.
So help me understand.
I understand what you're saying, right? But like that's like extremely far-fetched. Saying like God.
Why? Because it's a lot of people out there like me.
You can't really say it's far-fetched because
it's a lot of people out there like me. So why is
everybody's level of understanding is different?
Here goes they can't answer the questions.
I understand it. Who can answer what questions? I answer any
you
question.
You can't answer E question. Tellum, you can't answer the question.
No. First of all, okay, so his question wasn't really like, okay, so maybe I misunderstood the question. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't take it as like he's like saying how can what are you saying? Like how he made it there yet, right? So it's not really a question, you know what I'm saying? He kind of making a statement. So like I can definitely answer the question. But that was a statement. So
it was a statement based on his understanding of
of the text. And there's nothing wrong with it, right? So there's nothing wrong with having a flawed understanding or a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Like
you just told him that it was far fetched. So
no. Well, okay. So go ahead.
Now that right there is
Mars.
That right there, that is what will make somebody back up because of their lack of understanding. Now let me ask you this: how many people are just walking around with a Bible? Just you know what I mean, just walking around with a Bible and exercising the law. So that's what it comes down to. So yeah, when it comes down to it, that's what we talk about when it comes down to having the law and walking in that law.
Right, but okay, so you can't put that has nothing to do with the Bible, it has nothing to do with God. That's on that person. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why we're not talking about the Bible.
Well, look, you talking about Christian? Well, you talking about Christian? You talking about Christians, right? Christianity, right? That has to do with the Bible. You can't talk about Christian about the Bible.
But you're
but
not
you just
no, I'm not. But I'm saying we're talking about the Bible. But
so if you're not a Christian,
it still goes back to the Bible. It still goes back to the Bible.
Says that all Christians. Well, I'm saying that you can't have one without the other. How can it be one way but not be the other way?
What do you mean one way? It can't be one way. What you mean one way?
You're not a Christian,
right?
But the law that Christians are to follow, you study that book. So who's to say that there are Christians who may have a different belief system? Who's to say that that's not possible?
Okay, you do have those. That's called denomination. You have different denominations of churches, so you do have that. That's very possible.
Which is what I said.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's where we're trying to.
But again, that's not on the Bible. That's on that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's on each individual to study, like the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. You know what I'm saying? You need to study. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not you having a flawed understanding or a misunderstanding is not an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem, right? But so like. It's on you to be like, okay, you know what, this is what it's saying to me, but you know what, let me go ahead and really see what this is saying. Let me go look at the history. Let me look at this in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Let me look up in the Hebrew and see what exactly it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like that's on that person to study to show thyself approved. Like you having a flawed understanding. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I first picked up the Bible, or say I pick up, I don't know, this law book, immigration law. I pick it up and start reading. Right? I'm not gonna know everything in there, bro. I'm gonna have to study. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to study it to get an understanding. But just because you have a lack of knowledge and you haven't, or you were taught wrong, that still doesn't take away from the Bible. That just means you were taught wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, you just not.
But a lack of understanding does not equate to self-interpretation.
What?
A lack of understanding does not equate to self-interpretation. If I understand it the way that I understand it, that's my self-interpretation.
And that's fine.
But what you say is understanding for all.
So
that's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. So look, here's the thing. If you can have your interpretation, right? You can have your interpretation. Cool, you got it, right? But the same way you can read something, that doesn't make it a fact. You know, so you can have whatever interpretation you want to have. That doesn't make it true. But now, and if you want to just be like, you read something, you know, it say this, bam, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Yes, what you want to rock with, that's your business. But it still doesn't make it a fact. If you really want to know what it's talking about, what's going on, then you're going to study to try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Your interpretation is your interpretation. If that's what you want to hold on to, if you want to read and go with it.
So let me ask you this.
Shoot.
You're reading the Bible, which is a history book in your sense.
What you mean in my sense?
That's what you.
That's how you describe it. Yeah,
That's how
Okay.
you describe it.
Okay.
Okay. So, if it's a history book in your sense, what are you basing your facts on, and what makes what we or other people think not legit?
My bad, John. I'm still at work. Okay, so as far as shit, hold on, I'm sorry, hold on now. So as far as what makes legit is the accuracy, right? So the Bible, right? Again, when it says prove all things, right? So so it's your sources, you know what I'm saying? So like you get the Bible, you don't just go, you don't read the Bible and be like, okay, the Bible said this, I'm done with it, right? No, you have to dig into it. First of all, like if you read the Bible and you look at history, right, it lines up. You know what I'm saying? So like that's one reason the Bible is an accurate book, because it lines up with other things that's going on in the world at that time, right? And also, if you when you go into it, when you read it, I can't remember. This is a translation. It's translated into. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Hold on. I need to log off. I'm supposed to be off work right now. Let me get this down. Okay. So look, I told you I'm multitask. So look. So you have to go into the language, right? You can't just Okay, bam. Okay, so you have to go into the language. You can't just read the Bible and be like, okay, and for the most part, it's translated properly. You know what I'm saying? But you run into issues like for instance, right, English. We have there, and there, right? You got 3 different there's with 3 different meanings, right? But it's pronounced the same, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, right? And so if I translate into Spanish, they may only have one word for there, right? So right, exactly. So this is how you know which one is correct, which not. So you dig into it. It's like, okay, well, I know this book was originally written in English, so I'm talking about the there part. You know what I'm saying? So if it's written in Spanish, you have to go back and see. Okay, look at the English translation and see which word for there was actually there, and then bring it back to your Spanish translation to see what word, you know what I'm saying, to see what was actually used and what the actual meaning was. And that's how you'll get the correct meaning with a lot of this. That's why you have an issue with John 3:16 when you say like God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, and people took that to mean the whole entire world, when that's not what it meant. When you take 3 different words for world in the Greek, because the Old Testament was written in Hebrew, New Testament was written in the Greek, although they did just find some old text to show that it was originally written in Hebrew, but that's a whole nother story. Again, that goes with studying. So when you look at that word, you know what I'm saying, you have one word for world is going to mean like a group of people, like an orderly arrangement. The other one is going to mean like the world, like the actual world you live in, and one is going to mean like universe. So, but when you translate into English, you just say it's world, and you take that and you run with that, and you think it means the whole world. So if you want to know if your version of what you believe is better or the fact, it's based on your research. Prove it. You know what I'm saying? Prove it. You know what I'm saying? Take your scholarship, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and you know what I'm saying, and make it hold up. You know what I'm saying? Debate thy cause. Also in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it factual if you've done your research and you know what you're talking about.
Okay, so listen, we've been going back and forth for a minute, and King ain't really had much to say. King, chime in. Let us know what you thinking.
I mean, he's standing strong in his beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
He does.
I mean, where they get the Bible from? Where it come from? Like our ancestors, and here again, okay, our ancestors, we didn't have the Bible at first, since y'all the slaves,
Pause.
you know, or however.
I'm sorry, not to cut you off. You said our ancestors didn't have the Bible. What if I told you your ancestors wrote the Bible? Then what? Then what?
What
No.
they said in the Bible, though.
Then what? That's a whole other
now.
No.
Question.
We can never get into it. No. Not ancestry. No, that ancestry. You can prove that with prophecy. If I can show you slavery in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, right now, that to show you black people are the only people that it could possibly be talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's that in depth.
But just because you can show slavery doesn't mean the Bible was written by our ancestors. That's not
fair. No, I'm showing you parts of right. But then it goes back, right? You have things that's called like anthropology, right? You have anthropology where like you can take a skull, right? How you know the Egyptians and the slaves that worked for the Egyptians weren't the same people, because you can take their skull shapes. And I have a book, and I can show you exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I find this book. But anyway, look. So look. No, look. You can take a person's skull, right? You can take a skull, right?
and you can look at this skull and you can tell if it's a white person skull, a black person skull, an Asian person skull. You can do that, right? So when you have this, I ain't staying logged out. But okay, so when you do this, you can take. So what you do is you go back to antiquity. You go back, you know what I'm saying, to the biblical days, to the biblical Hebrews, to you know what I'm saying, to those slaves that were in Egypt or whatever, right? And you still have those skulls, and they'll tell you like it's a shitload of books. You can just Google it. It's not even hard to find. It's so many books you can find. They'll tell you they're like, okay, so these skulls, these slaves that were there, right? They don't match anybody, you know what I'm saying, over here. Like where are these people? And the white dude in the Bible came from a white dude. He said, I tell you what, they're in America. They came over as slaves. Like how does your everything, you know what I'm saying? Like your skull shape, like even your DNA, even your haplogroups, you know what I'm saying? They can take that shit and go back to biblical, and I wish I can pull up and show you on my phone because I did mine. It'll show you like your DNA, like everywhere it was found, you know what I'm saying? Like going, like, you know, because they find like the old caves or whatever. Sometimes you can dig in, get a little piece of DNA or whatever. You can test to see what haplogroup, whatever, see what they belong to. You can kind of tell who the people were. So that's how you know. And then the people who wrote the book is the same people the book is about, which would be the Jewish people. So if you go back and see who were the biblical Hebrews back in that day, like where are they today? Because it's not the white people that's over there now. They know this. These are converts. But that's a whole nother topic. These people converted back in about the 7th or 8th century. You know what I'm saying? Because they had Christians on one side, they had Muslims on one side. They were at war, the Christians and Muslims, but you had the Jews to the south who were like kind of friends with both. And so they ended up converting to what you now have is Judaism to kind of not have a kingdom overran. King Bulan, look them up. Called Khazar. They're Khazarian. So look it up. I'm saying all stuff is history. It's not even like something I'm making up and do the Bible. This is just facts in history. You know what I'm saying? So
and I can get with that.
So again, who wrote the Bible? I still
black folks, niggas even in the Bible. You want me to show it to you? I can show it to you. Niggas, like these people are called, like Paul and Barnabas were called niggas. Acts 13:1. Look it up. I'm not bullshit. And then people were like, oh, it wasn't pronounced that way. It was pronounced Niger or Niger or some shit like that. No, no. It's pronounced nigga. Like really. So if you go to the Blue Letter Bible, you type. You know what? I don't have it on my phone. If you have the Blue Letter Bible, right? You can pull up the Blue Letter Bible. You can go to Acts 13:1, where it has the word. It has Niger, right? And so, and it'll give you pronunciation. And so when you click on a pronunciation, it's literally pronounced nigger. Like it's pronounced nigger. You know what I'm saying? That shit is even in the Bible. So like nigga ain't a new word. Niggas been called niggas since niggas been niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's real shit. It's real shit. And it's the same way. But look, I'm saying like we it's so many different ways, bro. We can go because like I can talk about this shit all day, and you know what I'm saying, y'all end up on this motherfucker till midnight talking about bruh.
Oh.
So you know what I'm saying, you ain't going nowhere till
we'll be on here till midnight talking to midnight.
Man, I'm saying learning something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna take another commercial break, and then we're gonna get ready to come back, and we're gonna wrap it up here soon. So tune in. Stay tuned, shall I say, and we're gonna go to a
Barnabas and Simeon, my bad.
All I ever wanted was some true love.
All right, so we're back.
Oh damn! I was just gonna go find this book real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about.
No, you.
All right, so we're talking about Christians that lack Christianity, and somehow we
listen. We're gonna have to do a show with Midnight by himself.
So we need to
call it Real Nigga Chronicles.
Real Nigga Chronicles. That's a good one.
Might be on to something there.
Hey, this another good book for y'all right here. This another good book for y'all. This is the good book for y'all. And I think this might be the one I'm looking for. Oh, this is it. So look, this is the book right here, right? This the book I was just talking about when I was trying to tell y'all about the anthropology, and you know what I'm saying? So like, so y'all don't think I'd be just blowing smoke or making up shit, or somebody told me, right? It was like, you know what I'm saying, the Ancient Black Hebrews Volume 2. You know what I'm saying? So I was talking about with the skulls. So if y'all can look here, right? So up top, you have the skull of a Caucasian. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, got facts. He bringing
right
facts.
down bottom, you have the skull of a Negro. And if you look at their like the bridge of your nose, like you know what I'm saying, like the bone, right? You see how the Caucasian, I'm trying to get this line right, but you see how the Caucasian, you see how it's kind of like straight down, how like the bridge of their nose and like their teeth kind of go, it's like you can kind of make a straight line, right? But then if you look at the so you look at the Negro, you see how it kind of like protrudes kind of, so it doesn't line up with, you know what I'm saying, like perfectly like Caucasians. So you have these skulls, the same skulls you have of Negroes today, buried back in ancient Israel. So you explain to me, and these skulls don't match no other race of people. That's what I'm saying. You can take a skull and find what race of people, what race of person that they were. So you explain to me, how is it that these skulls were found buried, and not just buried in some random place, but buried in Jewish burial graveyards from thousands of years ago?
So we're gonna have to table that, because the I guess in that now it's like, okay, if our people couldn't read or write for so many centuries.
Wait, stop. That's some racist ass shit. First of all, who the hell?
What I'm saying is this:
how you think our people couldn't read or write for hundreds of years? Where you get that from? Where you get that from?
Centuries they didn't start out reading and write. If they got caught with books, it was
they
got caught with
bro,
books.
stop
first of all,
rabbit holes.
no. First of all, they couldn't read or write English. They couldn't read or write English, and then you had someone who could read or write English. There are plenty of stories about of black people that came over here that they were shocked because one of them spoke Paleo Hebrew, which was like the Hebrew that Moses would have spoke, right? Like spoke it, wrote it. They put it into a Jewish rabbi to have a conversation with him. They was like, damn, black people weren't ignorant, bro. They weren't dumb. They just couldn't. They weren't allowed to read and write English. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we had our own language, bro. Had our own language, own writing system. Who you think taught white people to start bathing around this motherfucker? Like this, and this is all facts. This
I know that for a fact.
This is just a fact.
I know
This is a fact. So you mean to tell me that we, our ancestors, could like calculate, you know what I'm saying, the rotation of the earth and sun and moon and stars and shit down to, you know what I'm saying, to a T, but then they know how to read or write? Fuck out of here. That's that bullshit, you know what I'm saying, white people rhetoric that they taught us in school. Now we thinking that, we were just dummies for 400 years, you know what I'm saying? No.
Now, here you go. Like you just said, that's the rhetoric that was taught. So look, we gotta get ready to wrap it up. But we're gonna wrap it up.
Here you go, this nigga with this expensive water.
Hey man, look.
To be on spring water. But anyway, let's go.
No, this is like much gooder, and I said gooder.
No.
Much gooder.
No, everyone knows that spring water is the best water. Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
We're gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you guys for tuning in every Thursday.
Hey, midnight. It's always a joy, bro. You bring it every time.
Right here.
Man, I do what I can, and if anybody want to challenge anything I said about this Bible, we can have a whole good debate. Come on over to the show, you know what I'm saying? We can bust this thing wide open, so I tear your ass up, and then you can come, you know what I'm saying, and really learn the Bible from a nigga who really know the Bible, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still a baby in this motherfucker with knowing the Bible, but I guarantee I will tear any Christian head up about the virgin birth, false, the Trinity, false. Anyway, my bad, bro. I ain't mean to cut your outro off, but you know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
So we're gonna wrap it up. We appreciate y'all again. Mars speaks. Man, again, we got midnight on here, so you know our hour always goes out the window. Fooling with him.
We ain't on time constraints, cuz.
Yeah, only one key. So again, tune in on Thursday. You can always go to beinspired.com, the inspiredtvnetwork.com, and catch rebroadcast. And we appreciate y'all. It's been real. This dude right here. I love you guys.
Hey, bro, midnight.
This is an Inspired Media Group production. For promotional consideration or to be a guest on the show, contact us toll-free at 844-380-9610 or visit www.becontroversial.com. Tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube, Facebook, or the Twitch app. You may also catch rebroadcasts on www.inspiredtvnetwork.com. Thank you for watching.